Hey, and welcome to another episode of Formula Random. This is the official first match of the season, even though there has been some for trivia from. But this is the official sort of start of the whole Formula season, but everything started this week with classics coming back as everything. But we've got a great match here. It's Screenwriters 2, featuring Caleb Coe, who sadly wasn't feeling well last time in a Screenwriters match, so I decided to make him face the winner of the previous match. So, Caleb, how are you going?
I am doing well. I would have won if I had shown up to the first one. If I could have just fought the flu and been there. So I hope this match is as favorable. And let's see how well me and the Maestro do.
And also here, he won the last Squads match, so of course he's here is Jake Marangoni. Jake, how's it going?
I'm doing well. I am the defending screenwriter
And
champion. Let's get that right, okay?
All right, I'll take my belt back then.
Well, let's do this. I want to play Coe. He's always talked good about how good he is at screenwriters and all that sort of stuff. And I think let's put the metal to the metal and see what happens.
But the way the match goes, I've got 30 questions in the main round, and then we go into a speed round where we go through the remaining questions, and yeah, that's basically it. There's 3 repeats, and no challenges, but I'll sort out any challenges at the end if they feel like that they need to be sorted out. And last, I'd like to thank the person who actually helped me write this, and Jonathan Peck helped me write the questions for this. So, but the first question is, who wrote the screenplay for A Few Good Men?
So let's have a point.
Caleb.
One of the greatest screenwriters of all time, Aaron Sorkin.
And Jake.
I concur. Aaron Sorkin.
Correct. The next question is, name the 2 films that Quentin Tarantino wrote but not directed. And boards are up. Jake.
True Romance from Dusk Till Dawn.
And Caleb.
True Romance from Dusk Till Dawn.
And that is both correct. The next question is, what screenwriting duo wrote these following films? Ed Wood, Man on the Moon, and Dolomite Is My Name.
Oh, shoot. Sucks because I love Man on the Moon also.
And
I'm wrong. Okay.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pins down. Caleb.
I'm wrong. I said Alex Radomski and Eric Radomski.
Jake.
I said Dan Futterman and then Larry Krasinski, which I knew that one's right. I can't think of the second name.
Yeah, Larry Krasinski is correct. Scott Alexander is the other one.
Oh,
that's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The next question is, Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Reber wrote which 2014 coming-of-age film based on the novel by John Green?
So can you repeat that? I didn't get the names.
Yep. Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Reber wrote which 2014 coming-of-age film based on the novel by John Green?
Okay. I didn't know they wrote this one. I thought the other one was I know they wrote the 2015 one, but I didn't know if they wrote this one.
I love this comment from Joe Harrison. Caleb couldn't beat the flu, but can he beat Jake?
Listen, Joe, you're not funny. Okay.
Jake
The Fallen Our Stars.
and Caleb.
Yeah, if it's 2014, it has to be The Fault in Our Stars.
That is correct.
Okay.
The next question is, how many screenplays is Steven Spielberg credited as a screenwriter on, not story credit?
Oh,
Ooh.
Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Caleb.
3.
Jake.
1.
The answer was 3. It's Close Encounters, Poltergeist, and AI.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I knew AI was 1. I just couldn't think of the other.
And Caleb takes the lead. But what MCU director wrote the 2004 remake of Dawn of the Dead? And the boards are up already, Jake.
He also wrote Scooby-Doo, James Gunn.
I didn't know that fact, but trust Jake to know that. Caleb.
The best Scooby-Doo film screenwriter, James Gunn.
Fuck you, Roger Gosling.
The next question is, who won the Best Original Screenplay Oscar for Chinatown?
Oh my gosh. I can't miss this. Okay, there it is. I hope. I think. I get this name mixed up all the time. Okay.
Caleb.
Robert Town?
Robert
Jake.
Town.
Okay.
The next question is, what is the name of Seth Rogen's writing partner who helped him write Superbad, Pineapple Express, and This Is the End? And Caleb.
Eric Goldberg?
Jake.
Evan Goldberg.
Oh
Evan
my
Goldberg
god!
is correct. And it's all tied up again. What is
Shoot,
the
that's-
screenwriting team who wrote these following movies? Zombieland, Deadpool, and Six Underground. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jake.
Paul Wick and Rhett Reeves.
Caleb.
Rhett Reeves and Paul Wernick.
There's
I did exactly.
Great duo.
The next question is, who is the only person to have won an Academy Award for both acting and screenwriting?
To win an Oscar. Wait. Right? No.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
Who is the only person to have won an Academy Award for both acting and screenwriting?
What? Oh no, I'm gonna mess this up.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Caleb.
I was back and forth between Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, and Woody Allen.
Jake.
She won Best Actress for Howard's End, and she won Best Adapted Screenplay for Sense and Sensibility. Emma Thompson.
That is
okay.
correct.
Okay. I didn't think any of the three people I named were winners.
The next question is, who was the screenwriter on the following films? Cowboys and Aliens, World War Z, and
I didn't get. Sorry, what was that? Can you repeat the?
Yep, I can do that. Who was the screenwriter on the following films? Cowboys and Aliens, World War Z, and Tomorrowland.
I think I'm wrong.
And the boards are up. Caleb.
Is it Brad Bird?
Jake. That is correct.
That's right. You did right. You're right.
I mean, it was 50-50 with Tomorrowland.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I forgot David Lindelof wrote Tomorrowland.
The next question is, David Hayter wrote 3 comic book films. Name 2 of the 3.
I love this question.
That's a good question.
And Jake.
He also voiced Snake, X-Men, and Watchmen.
Caleb.
X-Men and Watchmen.
That is correct. He also wrote X2. The next question is, how many James Bond films have been written by Neil Purvis and Robert Wade?
Ooh.
At 5, 4, boards. Looks like boards are up. Caleb.
Is it 8?
Jake.
6.
Both Brooklyn Vale on
7.
the wrong sides. It was 7.
I wrote down 7 and erased it, figuring that they wrote Spectre. That's the one I was missing.
The next question is, name one of the 2 movies that Noah Baumbach wrote with Wes Anderson.
You need one of the 2?
Just one of the 2, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
And Caleb.
Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Jake.
Laugh Aquatics with Steve Zissou.
Both correct.
Both of the 2, yeah. He also wrote Madagascar 2.
Madagascar 3.
Oh, that's 3, sorry.
Give me the point. Now you wrong.
I'm wrong.
The next question is, name the movie that was written by John Hughes that has this following quote. Take this quarter, go downtown, and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face.
You broke up a bit on my end. What'd you say?
Yep. Name the movie that was written by John Hughes that has this following quote. Take this quarter, go downtown, and have a rat gnaw that thing off your face. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Caleb.
Pretty in Pink.
Jake.
I don't know. Uncle Buck.
Uncle Buck is correct.
Ah.
Next question is, name one of the 2 Star Trek movies that Nicholas Meyer is credited on as a screenwriter.
This one's the question. Which one is the credit? And how we need to name both of them or one of them?
Just one of them.
Okay, then I'm not going to risk that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just be everyone in testing. Everyone in testing made the same mistake. Let's see if you guys make that mistake too.
I don't know.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Caleb,
It's Star Trek 6: The Undiscovered Country.
Jake,
Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home.
they're both correct.
Those are the two I had written down. I couldn't. I think the Wrath of Khan is the one that's uncredited.
I was trying to think of because didn't he also direct two? I think.
Yeah, he
directed.
I was trying to think of one that he directed, but I knew fourth one was Nimoy, so it's like
Yeah. Yeah, he was uncredited as the screenwriter of Wrath of Khan. And that was a common mistake everyone made in testing. Name one of the movies that Carlton Cuse wrote, which stars Dwayne Johnson. Caleb,
San Andreas.
Jake,
Baywatch.
San Andreas is correct. Baywatch is not. The other one was Rampage.
Action movie as well.
The next question is: name the screenwriter who wrote beloved romantic comedies like When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, and You've Got Mail.
Oh my god, am I gonna blank on their name? Oh no! Oh no! There we go. I would have died. I honestly would have died.
Caleb
Nora Ephron.
and Jake.
Rosa Diaz's favorite director, Nora Ephron.
That is correct. The next question is: who was the co-writer of the first Guardians of the Galaxy film with James Gunn?
One of the unsung heroes of Marvel Hollywood.
And Caleb.
Nicole Perlman.
And Jake.
That lady. I think it was a girl.
And with that, it's all tied up at 13 apiece. The next question is: how many Scream films have been written by series creator Kevin Williamson? And Caleb.
I'm gonna take a stab and say 3.
Jake.
I'm gonna take a stab and say 4.
3 is correct.
I figured if the question was being asked, it wasn't all 4.
That's fair.
The next question is: what film producer wrote the screenplays for the following films? Sherlock Holmes, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and This Means War.
Ooh. Who wrote Sherlock Holmes? That's a great question.
Producer.
And Caleb.
Guy Ritchie. I don't know.
Jake.
Michael DeLuca. I don't know.
It was Simon Kinberg.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
That's an accurate statement. All right.
The next question is: who won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay for writing The Usual Suspects?
You could just give both of us the point now.
I don't know. I may be wrong.
And Jake.
Christopher McQuarrie.
And Caleb.
The savior of the Mission Impossible franchise, Christopher McQuarrie.
That is correct. The next question is: who was the screenwriter for the following films? Body Heat, The Big Chill, and The Bodyguard.
Oh no, I'm gonna get this wrong, aren't I?
Can you repeat the question?
I can. Who was the screenwriter for the following films? Body Heat, The Big Chill, and The Bodyguard.
I feel like I just got this question when it was in Warzone. I'm still getting it wrong.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Caleb,
James L. Brooks.
Jake.
Lawrence Kasdan?
Lawrence Kasdan is correct.
He wrote The Big
You're
Chill.
right. You're right.
The next question is: what famous film written by David Mamet has this quote? Coffees for closers only.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get the first part.
Yep. What film written by David Mamet has this quote? Coffees for closers only.
You said film?
Yeah.
Okay.
And boards are up. Caleb.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
Jake.
Glengarry Glen Ross.
That is correct. The next question is: name one of the 2 movies that Tony Kushner wrote for Steven Spielberg. Jake.
Lincoln.
Caleb.
I went with the BFG.
Lincoln is
Munich.
correct. BFG. Is it Munich was the other one?
Okay.
The next question is: who is Matthew Vaughn's writing partner that wrote the following movies? Kick-Ass, Stardust, and Kingsman: The Secret Service. Jake.
Simon Kinberg.
Caleb.
Jane Goldman.
Jay Goldman is correct. The next question is: Logan, Blade Runner 2049, and Murder on the Orient Express 2017 was all written by whom?
Incredible year for this person.
Jake.
Hampton Fisher.
Caleb.
Michael Green.
Michael Green is correct. Just take Michael Green and Michael Campbell and Jim Green and just mashed them together. The next question is: what Oscar-winning screenwriter has written a DC film and a Star Wars film?
I knew this guy was going to be asked.
Five, 4, 3, 2,
Read the
and
question.
I can. Which Oscar-winning screenwriter has written a DC film and a Star Wars film?
Oscar winning though. That's the question.
5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Jake.
My co-host should go first.
Lee Brackett.
Jake.
Chris Terrio.
Chris Terrio.
You
is
right. I forgot they worked on Rogue One. Oh wow.
No, he did Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, you're right.
Skywalker,
I didn't even think
Batman,
about. I didn't even
Businessman.
get to Rise of Skywalker in my brain. To be totally honest.
And yeah, what an Oscar for I did.
Yeah, forgot.
What a
The-
That's
weird
a great
screenwriter.
question. That's a great question.
I will give you a bit of time for this one. Not that you'll really need it. Name 4 out of the 8 Pixar films that had been written by Andrew Stanton.
Oh, actually, this is a safer bet.
Ooh. You said 4 of the 8?
4 of the 8, yeah. 5, 4, and boards are up. Caleb.
Finding Nemo, Wall-E, Finding Dory, and Toy Story 4.
That is correct, Jake.
I said Finding Nemo, Finding Dory, Wall-E, and Toy Story.
That is also correct.
There were so many writers on that first Toy Story.
So many writers on the first Toy Story.
And just if you're watching from home, all 8 is you got Toy Story 1, 2, and 4, Bugs Life, Monsters Inc., Finding Nemo, Wall-E, and Finding Dory.
Okay, so if I had left the Bugs Life, I'd have been okay.
The next question is name 2 of the 3 movies that Diablo Cody wrote for Jason Reitman. And this is the last question of the main round as well.
How many do we need? 3?
2 of the 3.
2 of the 3. Okay. Okay.
Caleb.
I just guessed Tully and Thank You for Smoking.
Jake.
Juno and Young Adult.
Juno and Young Adult is correct.
Tully is the third one.
I almost put down Tully and Juno, but I thought Juno was wrong.
But going into the speed round, we've got Jake in the lead with 20 points, and Caleb is right on his heels at 19. So anything can happen. Three minutes is on the clock, and for the speed round, as soon as they get a question wrong, they lose a point, and they get one right, they gain a point. The first question is, name the screenwriting duo who is behind these 3 movies: Aladdin, The Mask of Zorro, and Shrek. And fun fact, I didn't realize this duo was behind all 3 of these movies. So I actually thought they were all different people, but 5,
I want to say a
4,
thing.
3, 2, and 1. Caleb.
My favorite screenwriting duo of all time, Ted Elliott and Terry Rossio.
That is correct.
Fucking Pirates movies.
Pirates movies, baby.
And the next question is, which New Zealand-born Oscar-nominated screenwriter is behind these movies? The Theory of Everything, Darkest Hour, and Bohemian Rhapsody.
Threw me off. Not where I thought you were going. Okay. Bohemian Rhapsody. Crap.
There is one more movie I can add it to this, but it's too recent. I'll pretty much give it away.
Yeah, will it though?
And the boards are up. Jake.
Nicky Caro. I don't know.
Caleb.
Anthony McCartan.
That is correct.
The two popes. That's why you wouldn't know that.
I went for it because I was like, New Zealand, I only know two, and it's not Waititi, so we're going to go with the other nominee from this year.
The next question is, how many Harry Potter films have been written by Steve Kloves?
Are you counting the entire Wizarding World or just Harry Potter?
Just Harry Potter.
Okay.
Boards are up by the looks of it. Jake.
4.
7.
Caleb is correct. The next question, which we've got 2 questions. Yeah, we'll just do them just for the fun of it, just because we can. We've still got time. What comedy legend wrote Animal House, Caddyshack, Groundhog Day, and Ghostbusters? And 5, 3, 2, and 1. Caleb.
National Lampoon.
Jake.
Howard Ramis.
Howard Ramis.
You right.
And the final question, this is the last one I've got written here. What film written by Shane Black has this quote? I think I'm invincible. It's the only thing that makes sense. I don't think I can die.
No, that's this one.
And Caleb?
The Nice Guys.
Jake?
This has been fun. The Nice Guys.
That is correct. Which means, and your winner, and taking out Jake, is Caleb Coho. Caleb, how do you feel about taking out Jake in a Screenwriters match?
Like I took my goddamn title back that I should have won in the first match, baby. No, I feel good. I was super nervous. Jake gave me a hell of a game. And then that speed round hit, and those first 3 questions in a row were like fandom tangential movies that I'd heard of at least. And I was like breathing like, okay, because I'm like, all right, I know these. And then when Jake missed one, I was like, oh, okay, so we got comfort. We got room here, so I can miss a couple if I need to. And he hits, and it'll make it closer. But I was like, yeah, no, I think I played. I think I played good. I think Jake played great. Yeah, it was fun.
And Jake, you just got pipped just by the first 2 speed round questions. But how do you feel about your performance today?
I think I did pretty well. I had a lot of fun. There was some questions I was very happy to have gotten, and very competitive in this match. We were neck and neck. There was ups and downs. I had the lead for a bit. Ko had the lead for a bit, and then it was only I was only up by 1 point going into this speed round, and then that changed it, and I got close. What was the end score?
22-19, I think.
22-19, yeah.
Okay, so I would have basically lost anyway, regardless of the last question. But I mean, I'm happy with how everything went, and yeah, no, this is fun. Ko, you are now the Screenwriters champion. You can use that on people now.
I'll bring that title to every match along with my Panic at the Disco championship and my Michael Jackson championship from Jukebox.
And your Magical Rock.
And my Magic Rock.
And Magic Rock. It's so metaphorical. Came back to it.
I wasn't sick today. I was sick, and that's why I didn't play the first one. But
You should have, and then you would have won entrance of the year.
you're right. Then I would have won entrance.
But no, I really had fun, and I'm glad that I'll be able to play in this Screenwriters match. And
But Caleb, is any other matches you want to throw out a challenge for?
I've wanted it since before Paula left. If anyone wants to take me on in La La Land, I'll do it. I'll go to war with Spence, with anyone on La La Land. I think I can decimate. I would venture a guess there's a chance I play a perfect game in a La La Land match.
I mean, I don't really want to do a match based on one movie, but
Fair
if there's
enough.
a way, but I mean, I may. If you want to make it Ryan Gosling movies or something like that, then we can.
Damien Chazelle.
We'll see. We'll see. I might make it Damien Chazelle directed films, and then I can.
Well, actually, I think you do have that. We do have that one down for you.
Okay. All right. I see.
But,
We'll give someone else a chance by putting First Man in there. We'll see. I'll play a Chazelle match.
Cameron 19 has thrown out a challenge.
Yo, that's gotta happen. A Team 19 VeggieTales match, that has gotta happen. I will beat Bowman and Cameron senseless in a VeggieTales match.
But
Which is completely against the morals and the things preached in VeggieTales, but I'll do it. I'll beat them like a bruised apple.
But Jake, is there any other random matches you want to throw out challenges for? I think I've still got you down for a few of them.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what other ones. I mean, just the Schmodown fan league history and the Schmodown. Those two I really want to be in. I don't know if anyone wants to play me in Atlanta, the TV show. I would love to do that. I can't really think of anything else. Those are the Schmodown and the fan league ones are the two I really want to get in.
Yeah, I mean, those ones I definitely have you down for.
Of course, if anyone wants to come take the Screenwriters title from me, including Jake, I'll rematch Jake again. I actually don't do that. That was way too close. I'll play someone else.
I don't know. You might get a chance from Andrew Barr, but
Bring it, Barr. Let's do it. Prove that I'm better than you too.
If you guys play and if Barr beats you, then we have what a weird rock paper scissors situation. So
then we'll do Roca. We'll do a Roca Riley Merle.
Yeah, we'll just end it.
End the loop with a triple threat.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, that brings us to the end of another random match. I don't actually remember what next week's one's going to be.
I thought of another one to throw because I know Garth. Sorry, I just saw Garth's name and I'm like, I know he likes comics. I think DC Comics history, just actual comic book history of DC. If anyone wants to take me on in DC publication history, stuff like that, I'll do it. I play that.
Did you know that he's friends with someone who was one of the Themyscira soldiers? Okay.
That's why I throw out the challenge, Garth. Let's do this.
But yeah, next week's match is the long-awaited Indiana Jones match, which has been pushed so many times between Brian Michaels, Jeremy Adams, and Antonio Chavez.
All right, Brian. Let's see.
But
let's see if you can beat someone else in their strength.
But that brings us.
Week after that is Oscars, right?
The week after that is Oscars. Yeah.
Ooh, ouch.
Remember when we were there?
I'm still stinging. I'm still stinging a little bit from the last one.
But yeah, Jake, where can people find you online?
You can find me on Twitter at Pretentious Hack, the P and the H of caps. I'm also on Letterboxd at Maestro003. And yeah, I don't know. I'm the Warzone teams and singles champion. Never forget that. Defending my belts in March, I'm gonna say, and yeah, I'm also doing the thumbnails for movie Warzone now. So with the little time I have still, I will see if I can get those done. But other than that, yeah, you can find me around this community.
And Caleb, where can people find you online?
I am mainly over at Multiplex Entertainment, where I run the Fandom Fights division. We have 4 matches coming out on Sunday and Monday, which is our new time spot. We have our gauntlet to crown our #1 contender me and my new teammate Cam are taking on Jim and Lucas in a Kingdom Revenge match. Jack Pinchuk and Amaru Moses are debuting in fandom, and our team number 1 contenders, 80s versus Necronomicon, the return of Team 80s to the fandom team string. And personally, you can find me on Twitter and Instagram and Letterboxd at Caleb Coho, Caleb with a K, Koho. Yeah.
Fuck you, Lucas.
Sorry,
I had a cough.
F asterisk Lucas.
And you can find me over on Take 3 Productions hosting Rankum every Saturday night. This week it's going to be DC Supervillains. I'm also hosting Late Night Take 3, and that's back in this week. We've got just DC movies, talking about that on the show. And you can also find me on Formula Random. I'm all over the fan leagues. And yeah, I do pretty much everything around a lot of things. Not everything, but anyway, until next time, just stay random.
Take care.